Star Citizen. A game with near endless possibilities. You can be a mercenary, a cargo hauler, a trader. You can mine space rocks, you can salvage ships. But in today's video, I would like to explore a more dangerous profession. I wanted to answer the question, just how hard is it for a new player to try bounty hunting in Star Citizen? I wanted to know what worked and what didn't, what equipment would I need, most importantly, what adventures I would create along the way. Without further ado, let's get right into it. My first target was over at Grim Hex, so I hopped in the Avenger Titan and went over to take them out. Once I arrived, I saw that they were inside the hangar, so I thought I'd camp outside until they exited. I thought it'd be an easy kill. Of course, I was wrong. They exited swiftly, but I was hot on their heels. However, I would find out that they far outclassed me. Their ship was leagues ahead of mine in firepower, and it was all I could do to stay alive. As I went in to get some damage on the target, another ship destroyed me from below. I just managed to reach the eject button. However, with no more ship to complete the bounty, I concluded that this one was failed. After this, I decided I needed a change of vehicle. After doing a bit of research, I found the perfect vehicle for a solo bounty hunter. The Razor EX. The Razor EX boasts a wide array of stealth capabilities, a high speed, and a high quantum fuel capacity, meaning I could reach my target very fast from anywhere in Stanton. It's a perfect ship for a solo bounty hunter, especially since it can get very close to large capital ships because of its stealth capabilities. With this new ship, I set my sights on a new target. And that target was Tuck Satchel. It looks like they were trying to refuel on a mining base, and I thought maybe I could get in close and try and board the ship, take them out from the inside. Because of the missed stealth capability, I was able to get very close to the purchase, and I was going to attempt a stealth landing, but then I experienced a rather large drop in my frame rate. It was barely 10 FPS, and I didn't want to risk landing or going into an engagement with this much of a disadvantage. I missed my opportunity, and they rocketed off into the sky. Of course, I hastened to follow them. Once I reached upper atmosphere, I saw that the Perseus was engaging in a fight with a Polaris. And I thought I might as well help out the Polaris, in case it was a fellow bounty hunter trying to cash in. That didn't go so well. I panicked and engaged my quantum drive to try and make an escape. They still had radar lock on me, so I knew I wasn't in the clear yet. Once I safely escaped, I returned and saw that they were once again refueling. This time the lag had subsided, and I thought maybe I would have a chance. But I missed them. This time I thought, instead of chasing them around, I would wait for them and apprehend them when they came back to refuel. My plan was to leave the mist floating around, as I had seen other ships abandoned mid-air at other refueling facilities. Then I would jump out of the mist and board the Perseus. But for some reason, I had the bright idea to turn off power. And before I could get the engines hot again, I exploded and was sent back to Grim Hex with a salty taste in my mouth. After the last bounty, I was feeling particularly furious for Stanton's Lawless, and I got my chance to vent my anger on this next bounty. It looked like the Constellation had already been shot down by another ship, but I thought if I played it right, I could sneak in and steal the money. I began EVAing over to the Constellation. However, just as I was about to enter, his ship was rammed by another, and I was stuck on the door. I managed to squeeze inside and met the target face to face. I took him out, but then his friend came from behind and eliminated me. However, I still got the contract, and I couldn't care less if I died. I got the money. My next target was back on Daymar, and I was worried it would be another capital ship. But instead, I found an extremely small ship that I couldn't identify. However, what it lacked in size, it seemed to make up for its stealthy capabilities, as I lost radar lock when I got only 1.5k away from it. I hastened to catch up with it, as the target marker was still active. And we began a dogfight of cat and mouse. I chased him to upper atmosphere, where eventually, with a few well-placed shots, I managed to take him out. Very good shot there. Okay, so I lost almost all of the footage for this next bounty hunting mission, but what happened was I came in my ship and he was in an Anvil Paladin, I believe. He was trying to load cargo onto it, I don't know where from, and I ambushed him and managed to hit him with my sniper rifle before he retreated inside the ship. He was on some sort of speeder bike when I came inside, and I shot him in the head a bunch of times. He seemed frozen or something. Anyway, he didn't die for some reason, and he rocketed out. And as I was trying to chase him and kill him, another ship, I've forgotten the name, a Cutlass Black came and attacked me. I had to fight that one off, and that's when I remembered I wasn't recording, so yeah. Anyway, I engaged the enemy Cutlass Black, and we began a dogfight. I seemed to freeze for a second there as well. Maybe I was experiencing internet issues. Anyway, we engaged in a dogfight. but he did manage to jump away. After this, I EVA'd back over to my Razor and headed over to finish off the target, who seemed to still be frozen. A quick blast from the cannons, and I finished him off. After this, I decided my fit wasn't cutting it, so I went ahead and upgraded my armor, brought a very cool new set of clothes. I think it looks great. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I'd appreciate it if you dropped a subscribe and a like. So the next bounty was over at Security Post Korea, so I hopped in the Razor and decided to head over to take them out. I was feeling pretty confident since I had a good track record. Anyway, I hopped out the ship when I got close. And he VO'd over. Once I arrived on the pad, I rushed to get inside. Now after this bounty, I learned that you're supposed to go to Security Post Korea if you die in here. Clasher if you die in here, because the enemies will be hostile to you. Also didn't know how the airlock works, so I know how that works as well. The sound is great on that airlock. Anyway, for some reason the NPCs didn't shoot me, and of course had no business with them, seeing as they were the security team on this post. It looked like the target was trying to fight the enemies and clear his name, which of course I couldn't let happen. But it looked like he was with a friend. Couldn't get a clear shot, so I went round to the other side. I got a line of sight. I managed to incap him, but his teammate got me. After I got mercilessly 2v1'd, I knew I was going to have to play this next attempt much more carefully. I couldn't wait for my Razor to respawn, so I headed back in the Aegis. This time, however, I didn't seem to be so lucky with the enemies. I must say, I really do love the design of Security Post Korea. It feels so corporate. Anyway, as I entered the station, one of the security personnel stationed at the post started attacking me. I didn't want to shoot him, as I thought that would make it worse. So I healed up and decided to just run for the target. I kept taking heavy damage from the security forces, even though they called me here to take out the bounty. I wish Star Citizen would fix this in a later patch. Maybe 4.6. The guards packed a surprising punch. With my very little skill at FPS combat, I didn't trust myself to fight them. I had an incredible window on the target. but my gun decided to stop working. And I lost the fight. Unfortunately, this time, I wasn't so lucky. I was sent straight to Clasher. So that's going to be it for this video. I learned a lot about bounty hunting. Most importantly, I learned that editing is hard. I have a lot more appreciation for full-time YouTubers. Anyway, leave a like, drop a subscribe if you enjoyed, no pressure of course, and I'll see you in the next one.